right, thank you for joining us. This morning we've been looking at modalities for effective and efficient implementation of the microcreditor loan disbursed yesterday by President Goodluck Jonathan. And we have joined us now the Director General, Small and Medium Enterprises Development Agency of Nigeria, SMEDAN, and he is Bature Masari. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you so much.
Well, Director General, you're familiar with the new initiative being driven by the central bank. What is the role of SMEDAN in this new initiative?
Thank you very much. It is quite true that we are very familiar with the initiative instituted by the Central Bank of Nigeria in form of the institution of 220 billion naira MSME development fund for Nigerian entrepreneurs who want to go into enterprise creation and development. The Small and Medium Enterprises Development Agency of Nigeria, SMEDAN, is playing a very big role in the implementation of the program, because it is the agency that is responsible for entrepreneurship and enterprise creation and development all over the country. And over the years, we have doing very well in identifying Nigerians who want to go into entrepreneurship. And the institution of the fund is going to help immensely in taking care of the major challenge that entrepreneurs in Nigeria have been facing, particularly those within the category of micro, small and medium enterprises. We have done a lot of training in every state in Nigeria over the years, and those who have been trained by the agency using the pool of BDSP providers in the country are there waiting for funding for the establishment of their enterprises. So we are going to collaborate and team up with all major stakeholders all over the country in every state in Nigeria, with a view to ensuring that those that have the requisite training to go into entrepreneurship creation and development are properly linked with sources of funding, that is the microfinance institutions that are going to be used in the disbursement of the 220 billion naira MSME fund. And we have swung into action already. Before the launching of the fund yesterday, SMEDAN has gone into every state in Nigeria. We have done a lot of sensitization. We have done a lot of identification of Nigerians who want to go into entrepreneurship and enterprise creation. And we have been able to commence the formation of cooperative bodies, which we intend to link to microfinance institutions across the country. And we have had a meeting with the body of microfinance association in Nigeria, and they are very willing to accept a referral from the Small and Medium Enterprises Development Agency of Nigeria by way of either at individual level or cooperative level, so that they can be able to key into the fund and take advantage of it and get funding for the establishment of their enterprises. And the committee that is working out the modalities for the development of the fund, SMEDAN has a very big representation in that committee. And in every state in Nigeria, we have offices now, and we are going to collaborate with the Central Bank of Nigeria in every state, with the individual state governments in every state in Nigeria, with microfinance outfits and even commercial banks that are going to play a role in the disbursement of the 220 billion naira fund.
Okay, please talk to us about the Industrial Development Center, which is under your purview. How will this initiative, help to, enhance that project?
Yeah, it is true that the Small and Medium Enterprises Development Agency of Nigeria is looking after the 23 industrial development centers that we have across the country. And it is rather unfortunate that almost, if not all, the centers have been comatose for quite a long time. But within the last 1 year, we have initiated a program with the approval of the federal government through the Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment that is geared towards revitalizing all the 23 IDCs. We are currently in the process of running our advertorial, inviting transaction advisors who are interested in participating in the redevelopment of all the 23 IDCs. The IDCs were set up with a view to empowering Nigerians to go into entrepreneurship and enterprise creation and development, but they were neglected over this by previous administrations. But the present government is coming in strongly to ensure that they are revitalized for the benefit of Nigerians. And to complement the effort of the federal government, the agency has gone out seeking for collaborators, and we have been able to identify some key state governments who are willing to partner with the agency and the federal government in putting back to use IDCs that are domiciled in their states. We are currently in collaboration with the Osun State government in revitalizing the IDC, the zonal IDC at Oshogbo. The state government, in collaboration with the agency and the federal government, has committed over 200 million naira so far in making sure that that particular facility is put back to use. And we have similar initiatives in other states that is coming on stream.
Most young persons, who come to me or who speak to me complain about access. How do you reach out to persons who qualify for your programs? Or how should persons who qualify for your programs get in touch with you? Because when they come, everybody's, presenting their resume to you and say, look, I need a job, I need a job. And they ask, aren't you familiar with X, Y, Z? They said no. So how do you get your message out there so that potential beneficiaries can take advantage of it or come straight to you?
That has been a very big problem that has equally militated against entrepreneurship development in the country. Before May last year, that is May 2013, SMEDAN was only present in 13 states in Nigeria. But when I was appointed as the DG of the agency, I was mandated by the government to ensure that the bulk of our staff, about 80% of our personnel who were domiciled in Abuja as of May 2013, are sent to states. And so far, we have succeeded in opening states in every state in Nigeria. And we have deployed our personnel to go there and man the states so that Nigerians can begin to benefit from the services the agency is set up to dish out to Nigerians. And wherever we go, we run radio and TV announcement in every state in Nigeria, announcing to people living in that state that there is now a SMEDAN office in that particular state, and that SMEDAN is offering so and so services. And we're inviting Nigerians to avail themselves of the opportunities available to them at their doorstep so that we can be able to empower them and prepare them for entrepreneurship creation.
Just for the benefit of our viewers, because there are persons who might want to take advantage of it, what services are on offer in the state offices as well as your headquarters here in Abuja?
Like I said earlier in response to your first question, the Small and Medium Enterprises Development Agency of Nigeria is mainly into entrepreneurship creation and development. We are deep in identifying individual Nigerians and a group of Nigerians who are interested to go into enterprise creation and development. And in doing that, we went into every state in Nigeria. We equally went into every local government in Nigeria between May 2013 and the end of last year, with a view to identifying areas of comparative and competitive advantages that are available in every nook and cranny of Nigeria. And wherever we went to, we bring together stakeholders in individual local government areas. Together with the stakeholders, we teamed up and we identified areas of comparative and competitive advantages in the individual local government areas. We have been able to document our identification in the 774 local government areas in Nigeria, and we are equally using our the result of our identification to sensitize Nigerians on the need for them to be aware that there are opportunities available at their doorstep. They don't need to go anywhere to create wealth. They don't need to go anywhere to provide gainful employment for themselves and equally create employment opportunities for other Nigerians living around where they are living. And so far, Nigerians are keying in thousands into the initiative presented to them by the agency, by the ministry, and by the federal government. And they have been presenting themselves individually and as groups to SMEDAN, and we have been able to guide Nigerians in the formation of over 41,000 cooperatives across the 36 states and the FCT so far. And the guidance that we are given to Nigerians to form themselves into cooperatives as a prelude to access to finance is ongoing. It is a process that has no conclusion date. We will continue to guide Nigerians, we will continue to mentor them, we will continue to ensure that they agree to present themselves to be guided to be formed into cooperative bodies, which is one of the key things that we need to do to link them up to sources of finance for the establishment of enterprises of their choice. And each cooperative that we have succeeded in forming, we have equally succeeded in guiding that particular cooperative to develop a bankable business plan, which we take over and hand over to the Bank of Industry for funding of enterprises of their choice. And we are going beyond Bank of Industry. We have equally identified other developing finance institutions like Bank of Agriculture. We are about going into an MOU with Bank of Agric so that they can equally be receiving referrals from the agency to be able to access funding for the establishment of enterprises of their choice along the line of the newly launched National Enterprise Development Program, which was flagged up by Mr. President on the 11th of February 2014. All of these initiatives will collapse into the 220 billion naira CBN MSME fund, because access to finance has been a major problem that has militated against MSME development. We have programs, but the success of the programs are hinged on availability of funding. And now that there is availability of funds, definitely all the programs initiated by the government have an indication that they are surely going to succeed.
Yeah, sorry, Claire, just one last point in terms of information utility. Let us assume you have 5 or 6 or 10 or more of us, depending on the number prescribed for the formation of cooperative, and we are interested in participating in this. What are the steps that we need to take? That's part of the information that is missing. What are the steps that we need to take? So we are interested in the value chain in agriculture, we are interested in manufacturing, and there are 10 of us. What do we need to do?
The steps that you need to take, number one, is for you to agree to identify your area of interest. Where do you want to go into in enterprise creation and development? After identifying your area of interest, you submit yourself to the agency that is willing, that has capable personnel to properly guide you, sensitize you, and guide you to develop a bankable business plan along the line of your business idea. After developing that bankable business plan, then the agency will lead you and link you up to sources of finance. Is it a microfinance outfit? Is it a commercial bank that is willing to fund your enterprise idea? And we'll go, after even accessing the funding, the agency is going to be there for you to continuously monitor your progress and development so that we can be able to reduce the proliferation of enterprises dying shortly after establishment. And like I said, very many Nigerians have submitted themselves, and they have started accessing funding, and our personnel in individual states in Nigeria are monitoring their progress right from beginning, so that we can be able to ensure that they successfully take up and they benefit, and Nigeria equally benefits.
All right. I would like to thank Alhaji Bature Umar Masari. He is the Director General of the Small and Medium Enterprises Development Agency of Nigeria. Thank you, Alhaji, for coming to our program today.
Thank you, my brother.
Okay. This is Good Morning Nigeria on the network service of the NTA. We'll take a break now.